I met with the builder earlier this morning. He was telling me that it took over a month to install those floor-to-ceiling windows. It was a big pain. You see, the painstaking construction, that's been taken care of, and all that's left is for our lucky purchaser to enjoy the good life that awaits. A very warm welcome to the much anticipated auction sale here at Unit 1, number 18, Bardolph Street in Blue Chip, Glen Iris. My name is Luke. My role's very, very simple this afternoon. It's to turn up and complement the absolute stellar job of the marketing campaign Robin's undertaken over the last 4 or so weeks. Robin's name is more common on signboards around here than BMWs being parked in driveways. Now, I'm sure Robin's made the auction contract readily available to you. She's made it accessible, and it's to that documentation I now take you. It's an unconditional cash contract free of any cooling off provisions, and it formally identifies the property on Certificate of Title, Volume 09976, Folio 146. Some 330 square metres of land, more or less, together with the improvements known to you and I as Unit 1, number 18, Bardolph Street in Glen Iris. The goods passing with the property at the conclusion of today's sale, well, there have been no variations to the contract that's been provided. Your deposit, a very slender 10% of the purchase price. Your settlement, well, that's going to be the 1st of August 2019. For you fitness fanatics, that's 71 workouts of the day at F45 Glen Iris. And your total outgoings, well, they don't exceed $5,000 per annum. Ensuring that you can bid, buy and behave this afternoon, I do need to remind you, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with any rules and additional conditions that were made available for your inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for the property after it has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors, they have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law, and the eyes of the auctioneer, can place a vendor bid. Now, by bidding here this afternoon, you are telling me that you have read and understood all relevant documentation, and if there are any further matters, now would be an appropriate time to table any of those. Yes, welcome.
The Owners Corporation rates seem pretty high. Does it include the building insurance?
It only has common property insurance registered on that document for you, so building insurance will be on top of that. Thank you. Any further matters?
Mr. Auctioneer.
Yes, welcome.
I'm loath to bid before the property's on the market. So if I place a bid before the property's on the market, will you please refuse the bid?
Oh look, if you do bid, sir, I'm going to be accepting all bids throughout the auction. So if you do decide to bid, just like we stated in the rules, no disruptions or just clean and fair bids, we'll go that way. If you want to wait till it's on the market, you'll be the first to know. I'll let you know. Thank you. Any further matters? Perfect. You see, it's architecture not unlike the mullet haircut. You see it's business at the front, but then it's party at the back. That commanding brick facade captures your attention from the moment you're out the front. But then you open the front door and you see the use of lavish materials. From the outset, you can see the polished concrete floors. They flow perfectly to that open plan living space. Then you've got that entertaining deck out the back, and then your eyes are drawn to the cathedral ceilings. Many people don't appreciate the work that goes into making ceilings. It very often goes over their head. The cathedral ceilings then draw your attention to the full height windows, your direct access to the heavens. You can wash away the sins of your day in your bathrooms, your lush hotel-style bathrooms, or maybe commit some more in the bedrooms that are big enough for 4. You see, a property like this will literally boost your self-esteem. When you're sitting in the kitchen at night, cooking away in front of your mirrored splashback of your gourmet kitchen, what's cooking good looking? You can literally boost your self-esteem. See, Glen Iris is famous for 2 things, both caffeination and education. The former, a mere double century of steps away from your front door, is the Golden Child Cafe. Their motto, everyone's our favourite child. After you've been caffeinated, well, you are 600 metres stroll away from the coveted Hartwell Primary School, where you'll be dropping off your very own golden children. Burwood Trade Station at the end of your street, what that means is your daily efforts to break the 100-metre sprint record, well, they will cease the moment you move in. That 8:08 train in the morning to the CBD, but you'll never miss it again. Life in Glen Iris is meant to be easy, and it doesn't get much easier than 1 at 18 Bardolph Street here in Glen Iris. It's time to stop praying that it's going to be yours. Stake your claim, ladies and gentlemen. Opening bids, opening offers. I don't mind the call. It's a fantastic property. We're excited. We know there's plenty of registered interest. Where do we say go? Who wants to get proceedings underway?
My birthday's the 1st of August, so I'll give you 1-8.
1-8. No problem at all. Welcome and good luck to you. $1,800,000 it is then off and away. Let's chip it north. Who wants to go 1,850,000? But at 1.8 it is then with my starter off and away. I seek 50 to call it 1,850. But at $1,800,000 it is then once, twice. At $1,800,000. Pardon, sir?
45,000.
No worries at all. 1,845. Welcome and good luck to you. At 1,845. Do we make 20? No worries at all. 1,865. 80, no problem at all. It takes us to 1,945. At $1,945,000 it is then. Gentleman's offer. Right hand side against you now at 1,945 it is then. Do we have a neat 2? It's only 55 away, but at 1,945 we are once, twice. Quickly now.
10,000.
55. 1,955. Another 10, sir. Welcome in, good luck. You've had your warning. If it's your bidding now, you were playing for keeps. So win 965. There we go. Now 1,965 and your return. Do we maybe go 35, Martin?
15.
No worries. 1,980. 1,980,000.
15,000.
No worries. 1,995. 1,995. 20 was it?
20.
2,015. 2,015.
12,500.
12,500. That's 27.5. At 2,027.5. 3 of you in it. There's your social barometer at 27.5. It is then once. At 2,027.5. Do we go another 12.5 to call it 40? 27.5 it is then twice now. At 2,027.5 it is then third. Final time at 2,027.5.
5,000.
Pardon, sir?
5,000.
No worries. 32.5.
2,500.
No worries. 35. 2,035 at 2,035, sir. The return from you also here at 2,035. It's brand new. Everything on offer at 2,035,000. We are then once.
2,500.
37.5. 2,037.5. And again 40 at 2,040 and again 42.5 at 2,042.5. It's your bid, sir, at 2,042.5. It's a snazzy snoot as well. I love that tie at 2,042.5. Do we maybe go to 50? It's 7.5 away at 42.5. Once, twice.
2,052,500.
10 grand, no problem. At 2,052.5. And your move here now.
Gavel bid.
Gavel bid, 52.5 here.
20k.
20k, even better. Good, 72.5. At 2,072.5. We rounded to 2.1, 72.5. Down the barrel of the camera at 2,072.5. We don't wait. Once, twice. At 2,072.5, we are kicking 77.5. 2,077.5 it is. Then gavel bid again, maybe at 2,077.5. We are then his offer against you now. The settlement date's on your birthday. It's still going to be lucky at 2,077.5. We are here. Right hand side, once, twice. At 77.5. Third, final time.
15,000.
No problem at all. 92.5 at 2,092.5. Your played, we match it at 92.5. Yours also. Same bid, 2,090, just $1 grand. 93.5. Thought I'd try.
3.5.
3.5. That's 97. Sorry, 2,097 at 2,097. Gavel's gone quiet. Hopefully the connection's good at 2,097. We are there, right hand side. Pardon?
And again.
And again, no problem. So that'd be $3 grand. That takes us to 2.1. 2.1. 2.1 it is. 2.1 it is then $3 grand. That appears to be the pattern at 2,100,000 against you, sir. 2.1.
2,102.
102. 2 grand. 2,102. And your move also here. Haven't forgotten about you. Gavel as well at 2.102. We are once, twice.
1,500.
1,500. That takes to 2,103.5. At 2,103.5. Your move, sir. Tend to be a better bid, but at 3.5.
Is it on the market?
Not just yet, sir. You'll be the first to know. 2,103.5.
How close are we?
How close? Oh, between you and me, maybe 4 metres, but it's 2,103.5. We are right hand side then once. I'll let you know, sir, I told you. Twice at 2,103.5. Then third, final time, 20. We'll just 2. I thought I'd try it, 5.5.
And again.
2,105.5 and 7.5. At 7.5 it is then here now with my starter. It's with this gentleman here against my starter now. At 107.5 we are once, twice.
15,000.
15,000, 22.5. At 2,122.5 it is then left hand side. Do we go to 15? Throwing down the challenge at 2,122.5. We are once, twice. Quickly now.
Are we on the market yet?
Not just yet, sir. I'll let you know. We're edgy, aren't we? Means you want to buy. I know that look on your face. At 2,122.5 we are then. Left hand side. Once at 2,122.5.
Will 15K get it on the market?
It just might. Try. Well, then you'll find out.
15,000.
There we go. 37.5 at 2,137.5. Do we go 15 again? It appears to be the pattern. 2,137.5. Centre of the aisle at once at 2,137.5 we are then twice. Those full height ceilings, all of that light coming in at 2,137.5. Gentlemen's offer. Third, final time quickly now at 2,137.5. Well, folks, we are achingly close to that position. This gentleman's in the box seat. If we have to pass the property in, he'll treat with the vendors at the reserve price. At 2,137.5, we are here. I encourage you to bid a little bit further at 2,137.5. Haven't forgotten about you, Gavel. At 2,137.5 here, sir. Do we go a little bit further? Happy to go a single if it keeps you in. At 2,137.
Gavel bid.
Yes.
10,000.
Great. 47.5 at 2,147.5. What was it, sir?
5,000.
52.5 at 2,152.5, and Gavel bid again maybe at 2,152.5. That 10 would be great now at 2,152.5. It's against you also here at 2,152.5. Once at 2,152.5. Twice for your slice of Glen Iris. 57.5. 57.5. It is then 2,157.5. And again, we come now to go a little bit further at 2,157.5. It is then once. Twice at 2,157.5. Third, final time at 2,157.5. Well, sir, I'm a man of my word. I told you I'd let you know first. We're on the market, selling it away at 2,157.5. We've entered the point of no return. I offered you finality at 2,157.5. Does that change?
Gavel bid.
Great.
5,000.
562.5 at 2,162.5. And sir, we're on the market playing for keeps. You said this is where your bids are going to come in at 2,162.5. Left hand side, we go a little bit further at 2,162.5. Once, selling it away, no bid.
1,000.
63.5 at 2,163.5. We maybe rounded to 70. 63.5 is
Two
here.
and a half.
Pardon?
2.5.
63.5, 66.
2.5.
68.5 at 2,168.5. 68.
2.5.
2.5, no worries at all. 71 at 2,171.
2,500.
73.5. At 73.5, we go a little bit further, sir. At 73.5, the money. Gentlemen's play at 2,173.5. Then surely now, once.
1,500.
73.5, 75. At 2,175. And again, sir, maybe
1,500.
1,500, 76.5. At 2,176.5, surely 80. It's only 3.5 away, but at 76.5. We are right-hand side once now, selling it away. No better bidder offer at 2,176.5. Do we go a little bit further? Is there anything else at 2,176.5? Twice at 2,170. Again, 1,500. Good. 78. 2,178,000 it is then. Come back down, slow it down a little at 2,178. We are here. Snatched from your grasp, sir, but still within your taking. At 2,178, we are here. Closest to the home and certainly closest to owning it at the moment, but at 2,178 we are then once. Do we go a little bit further, Gavel? Anything else? Twice. Any fuel left in the tank here, sir, at 2,178. Third, final time at 2,178. 1,500. 79.5. 2,179.5 it is then. We go a little bit further now, another 1,500 surely now. 2,179.5 it is then. Gentlemen's play at 2,179.5 then once at 2.179,500, sir. Anything further? We are here at 2,179.5 twice. Gavel. Anything further? Quickly now we need to know at 2,179.5. Confirming. Third, final time. It's had its time at 2,179.5. Quickly. Are we in? Are we out at 2,179.5? We'll take 1,000 at 79.5. We sell. We sell. We are sold. Well done.